welcome to another episode of Nerdporter, where we teleport you guys into the world of pop culture and current events. I'm Cierra and Braeden, or Foxy Cleopatra.
And I'm Braeden Langlois, or a disappointed gym coach.
He
That's
looks.
my Halloween costume.
He always looks disappointed. It's not a costume.
It's true.
Okay. Anyway, so seeing as though this is the spooky episode, I thought we would talk about the Twilight Zone reboot,
Yes.
which Jordan Peele is at the forefront of.
He's the new host.
He's the new host. The original host, as you guys know, was Rod Serling, and it was one of my favorite series. But it was more like it's a horror anthology series. If you haven't seen it, and it's fantastic.
Yes.
But it makes me wonder how the new one is going to be different based off of our current culture and society and things like that. Because I mean, as ridiculous as some of the Twilight Zone stories were in the past, I'm wondering, it was
a different era.
It was a different era, different time. People on planes. Yeah,
that's a scary thought. The old days of horror were very different. You look at like the creature from the Black Lagoon. Not scary.
Not scary,
today, but
at the
terrifying.
time, no one had ever seen something like that before, and the makeup was fantastic, by the way.
One thing that I'll give credit for the original Twilight Zone series is that it did present, because it was an anthology, it was kind of forced to present new ideas every single time. And humans are innately afraid of the unknown. So with this new series, for it to really be any good, they have to keep presenting us with new concepts, new ideas, new things that are scary to us, and that's something we haven't seen before. And I'm confident that we'll probably get that. The platform's a little weird, where it's going to be airing on CBS
All Access.
I know some people have been saying, like, why isn't it on Netflix? My thing to that is, so Netflix already has an anthology series
Black
that's
Mirror.
Kind of horror-based. Yeah, Black Mirror. So that would be a competing show with
that. It might be like conflict of interest, essentially.
Exactly.
And you bring up a good point, because Black Mirror is horrific, but it's kind of a sci-fi horror, and it has a different path that it's going down. But it does have a bit of it has cultural relevance, and it has kind of a political edge to it. Some episodes do, and it makes me wonder where Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone is going to come into that. Is it going to
be different?
Is it going to be different? Is he going to play with some of those ridiculous, absurd sort of concepts, or is he going to go a more political, like cultural route with it?
I mean, I have confidence in him. He is an extremely talented writer. Based off, he did Key and Peele, which is more comedic, but then also
Get Out, which was so good,
incredibly well done. He wrote it better than some veteran script writers.
Yeah, went into the theater.
Is he one of the writers on Twilight Zone?
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope so.
I would hope so.
If they didn't have him as a writer, that's wasted time.
I think he's also hosting it.
Yes, so
Could be right. He's hosting it.
I'm guessing
I'm pretty sure he's going to probably producing and stuff like that.
So that's I have a huge, tremendous amount of confidence in him. He's also working on that new movie, Us, which we haven't really gotten much about. So I'm wondering if this is gonna interfere with that at all. When was this decision made?
Us has been very mysterious. I don't think
there's been one poster.
One poster, and that's it. But with Twilight Zone, I'm really excited for it. I wonder if he's going to do any callbacks to the original.
Oh, I imagine so.
I'm sure. I wonder. To me, I'm sure he'll keep the original monologue. Maybe the original Rod Serling monologue.
That'd be fantastic.
I might.
I mean, he's such a charismatic.
He really is.
I mean, I feel like he'll just bring life to it. I'm confident in him.
I'm confident. Yes, I'm excited for the new series. So excited.
Very excited.
But we will, as we start to get more information on it, I think we'll start to kind of understand how different it'll be from the original. But I will say one of the episodes that does stand out to me is when the lady was in this like suburban town, like never ended. She couldn't get out, and it's a good episode. You should just watch it. I don't want to spoil.
If you want to get that relevance to now, just like the New York subway.
Yeah.
Just stuck on there,
Just stuck there.
unable to get off. That'd be terrifying.
Yeah, and just every time she tried to leave, she just never could. Classic.
Classic. Speaking of classics.
Oh yeah.
So it is around Halloween. I love this time of year, and I love these movies. There was great. There's some good ones. There's some bad ones. What are some of the ones that you like to watch?
Oh man, growing up. Okay, well, one of my first horror films was The Fly, David Cronenberg. But my family had our own traditions around Halloween. We would watch Evil Dead 2.
Nice.
Classic. Sometimes we'd watch Beetlejuice. Then we would watch The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. The Brendan Fraser one. Classic.
Okay, yeah.
Good stuff.
The first one's good.
Yeah, the first one's great. Great dialogue. Fantastic.
And Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. Come on.
He's a cool dude.
He's funny. One time I had an accidental Brendan Fraser marathon. Because I watched Monkey Bone, and then afterward I watched Bedazzled, and I was like, oh yeah, these both have Brendan Fraser in it. And then I watched another movie, I can't remember, but it had him too.
Probably The Mummy.
Yeah. And my family would watch all of these spooky movies every year. I love Hocus Pocus. That's one of them. Yeah. And then Nightmare Before Christmas was
absolutely. I feel like that's a necessity.
A definite. Every year. Oh, well, but it's like you can watch it.
You can watch it for Halloween or Christmas.
Exactly. And my family.
Or for your birthday. You can watch it any day. Who cares?
My family, we make a Halloween Christmas tree. It's a tradition. Basically, we put the Christmas tree up and we decorate it in spooky stuff. And
that's so cool.
Yeah, and we just keep it up.
See, with my family, I really like horror movies. My parents don't really. So we watch like the kind of, I wouldn't say they're watered down, but we like watching like the Tim Burton ones, or like that kind of the more reserved ones. So we'll definitely watch Nightmare Before Christmas, or like Corpse Bride, stuff like that.
Corpse Bride.
I'm a huge fan of Coraline.
Coraline's my favorite.
It's a fantastic movie. Oh,
I love Coraline.
Absolutely. And so like when I start watching the more like serious or actually more terrifying ones, that's more like either on my own or with friends and stuff like that. While body horror is not the most appealing,
it's one of the best.
It's one of the best. I love watching Human Centipede 2.
We were talking about this earlier.
We were talking about it. Yeah. Definitely. I rewatched a couple weeks ago. Definitely going to watch it on Halloween.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie.
It's a fun, they have a very creative use of duct tape, is all I'll say.
That's all that needs to be
said. Very creative. It's very meta as well. If you've seen the first one, basically everything that happens in the first one doesn't matter because
it's a movie in the world of the second one.
In the world of the second one, and then the guy gets obsessed with it.
A little too much.
A little too much. He wants to recreate it. Let's just say that on a bigger scale.
Yes.
Is that your Halloween tradition, Human Centipede 2?
Yes. I mean, for the past couple Halloweens, I've started watching.
You could totally dress up as the guy.
No. I feel like also that wouldn't be understood. So it's such a niche movie, Human Centipede 2.
You just be a guy in a tank top and glasses, all sweaty.
Yeah, all super sweaty, and I'm gonna carry around like a crowbar and duct tape.
They'll be like,
for the whole family.
Oh, what are you?
Yeah, no one's gonna get
They'll
that.
Be like, are you a repair guy?
Nope.
I mean, you repair bodies?
Yes, because putting them into a human centipede is repairing them. That's a natural state.
To him, it was.
Fair.
Fair enough. But yeah, that would be probably not wise to watch with your family.
Oh yeah, they would not want to watch that with me.
Wholesome.
I know one of the. It might be a kind of cliche. Child's Play.
Child's Play is great.
That's something I saw literally as a child.
Smart.
It freaked me out. I should not have watched that movie. But
You're
now
like, get rid of all the
something
dolls.
I'll rewatch and stuff like that, and it's a classic for sure. And I think everyone should see that who's a horror movie buff of any kind. And then honestly, I'm gonna start this tradition this year. Hereditary.
Hereditary is fantastic.
Fantastic.
It's great. Did you see?
I want to rewatch it over and over again.
There's this meme. There's like couples costumes, and like one of them was the little girl and then the telephone pole.
Spoilers.
Isn't that awful?
Yes, that's awful.
That's awful.
It's awfully good.
It's funny, but within the context of the film, it's awful.
Yes, that's the best way to.
That's the best way to put it. But yeah, I think I would want to rewatch Hereditary eventually,
Absolutely.
for sure. But yeah, I think those were some nostalgic films for me, for sure. Okay, so speaking of films, best remakes versus worst remakes.
Man, when I start thinking of like remakes and sequels and stuff like that, the first thing I go to, there's like 3 franchises. There's Jason with Friday the 13th, there's Freddy Krueger with Nightmare on Elm Street, and then there's the Halloween franchise.
Yes.
And so Halloween is recently, they're about to get their new movie. And I find it funny because it's eradicating every single Halloween movie except for the first one, I believe. Maybe the second one, but I think it's just the first one.
Yeah, it's like a couple of years later.
Yeah, it's a ways down the road, but I'm glad because it's eliminating like the Rob Zombie Halloween.
The Rob, yeah.
The Halloween H2O, all those dumb sequels that are just trying to expand upon it.
Yeah,
and
witches
don't really go
brought
into-
him back. And
Yeah. It's, man, so I'm glad that franchise is kind of getting revitalized.
Yeah, I love it, yeah.
I think Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street got beat to death.
Oh, yeah.
Like, wasn't it Freddy in Space?
Yeah.
One of them?
Yeah. Freddy in Space, and then, yeah, it just got bizarre. It got real, like, it's not even like...
crossovers are all right.
It's not even sci-fi, like, it just got...
blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But as far as, I think some remakes, what I'm okay with is if they are doing a remake of something, if they have their own, like they take their own license with it, and like you can tell it's their style.
Well, we're about to get the remake of Suspiria,
Suspiria,
which Suspiria, the original, is a classic, and that is...
It's
a lot to get through.
First of all, it has
very
Goblin
beautiful,
doing the music. The lighting and everything is fantastic. Just all of it. It has all the good stuff.
Absolutely.
And
so the sequel, or not sequel, the remake.
Sequel.
I don't know why I said sequel.
The remake, you can tell he's doing his
so
own.
Atmospheric.
It's atmospheric,
too.
which I love.
That's a huge part of the first movie.
I'm excited to see.
It's not a sequel.
It's not a sequel.
I was talking about the Halloween movies. I'm so caught up in sequels. This is a remake.
Don't say it's a sequel in front of the fox.
I'm sorry.
It's rude. Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited to see Dakota Johnson in a very serious.
She's starting to redeem herself since 50 Shades of Grey.
I really just don't. I like her. I mean, I don't want her to be forever known as the chick from 50 Shades of Grey.
Okay, but does anyone even remember those movies?
No.
Exactly.
There's people who probably do for reasons like, oh, I went into this movie for
Those
Valentine's
are some real
Day.
horror movies. 50 Shades of Grey franchise.
Went to the theater not knowing what it was, seeing it, and then forever scarred.
True.
But no, I think that one good remake was The Evil Dead. I really liked that remake. Well, it was kind of a reimagining, if anything. I mean, it's not really copying anything from, you know.
But it's still, it's that brand name that you're kind of associating with. It's underneath that umbrella.
It felt like it was like a separate story happening, you know, a few years later, essentially. But it still stuck within the canon, and it was still fantastic.
Yeah, or kind of like with the, so we had the original The Blair Witch Project, and then The Blair Witch.
And then
Blair Witch Project is fantastic. The
original one was great.
That was the start of the whole found footage era of horror movies, which is kind of dying out.
Yeah, but, I think because people are starting to realize it's not real.
Yes.
And it's overdone.
That was one of the things with Blair Witch, is it had superior marketing.
But like
because people thought it was real.
They thought it was real. They made like websites for them and everything. They did that with Cloverfield too.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Like the thing is found footage isn't really dead because they're trying to revitalize it with phones and Skype and you know.
Or well, hey, VHS.
Yes,
VHS.
VHS.
Those 2 movies is kind of found footage anthology horror.
Yeah.
Which they're pretty interesting, and so it's like the name would. You could guess it is based around VHS tapes.
Oh yes.
Which that's going in the opposite direction, not phones or laptops.
No, it's just VHS tapes.
So VHS stepping backwards is better than the Unfriended movies, which is stepping forwards with laptops.
And then you have that new movie where the guy's like, my daughter is missing, and I'm going to use
Searching is fantastic.
Yeah, searching, and he's like using all the social media platforms to try to find her. But worst remakes. Oh my God. There's some bad ones.
There definitely are.
There's definitely some bad ones. Oh, I'm trying to think of one.
I briefly mentioned it, the Rob Zombie Halloween movie. Rob Zombie is interesting.
When I
too.
watched, the trailer was great.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like it gave me chills. Like the trailer, like with Scout Taylor Compton screaming
Yeah.
and all that, and even the second one, the trailer for that was pretty intense. But then you watch the movie, and then you're like,
Not intense.
not as intense. I wasn't getting the chills that I did with the trailer. But the trailer was fantastic. I think
Yeah.
if the whole movie were like the trailer, I think we would
If
be
the whole
great.
movie was the trailer.
If the whole movie was just the trailer.
I mean, you kind of get a feel for it anyway. That's part of the Halloween. You know what's going to
30
happen.
second spot,
Yeah.
not
That's all.
feature
Go to
length
the
at all.
theaters for 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Maybe tickets would be cheaper.
I don't think people would go for that. I think they want to go for a good time. Sorry, my fox is falling off my head.
It wants to leave this
No
discussion
real,
about
no
bad
real
sequels
foxes
and
were hurt
remakes.
in the making of this video. But yeah, I'm excited to see Suspiria. Maybe it'll go up there on one of the best remakes, or it could be on the worst remakes. We'll see.
Hopefully not.
The hair is just having its own personality at this point. It's fine. Well, that's a lot of remakes and best and worst. But, well, that's it for this week's Nerd Portal. Be sure to check out PopNerdTV.com for articles, reviews, and more. And also be sure to... Yep, it's fallen off. It's fine. And also be sure to subscribe to the PopNerd TV channel on YouTube and support us through Patreon and Teespring. I'm Cierra Caballero.
With Braeden Langlois.
And we'll see you next time. Nice and spicy. What's his name? He's had 3 names today. Samson Francis. No, Jeff Sampson Francis.
Jeff Foxworthy. Megan Fox.
Oh my God, her name's Megan. Sorry.